Well, good evening, folks. If you're just joining us, this is the FIBA Basketball World Cup classification game between Iran and the Philippines. Iran in the white and coming out immediately missing, but Hamed is there and he goes up for the dunk.
And that's not a great sign for the Philippines. As you see, Hamed Haddadi getting the offensive rebound and then slamming down the putback. If you recall the game on Friday, as you see there, the replay of the Haddadi getting the position using his arms and just absolutely dominant there. But they gave up 6 quick points to Tunisia in the first minute. They need a better start here tonight.
See if Blatch tries to assert himself from the off. He was pretty much unstoppable once he decided he was going to really take over the game the other night. And I mean, obviously it didn't lead them to victory. They had a decisive loss, but they certainly didn't stop Blatch.
Yeah, knocked down 3 3-pointers in that game. Also was able to get a couple dunks, which you don't always see. And there's another turnover early going for the Philippines.
Well, Yakchali puts it up and scores. So punishing Philippines, Mark Barroca, who just kind of fumbled the ball away. I mean, this is a World Cup. You can't expect to be able to do that and get away with it. Gabe Norwood comes out off the front of the iron.
And a couple of changes to the starting lineup. Paul Lee coming off the bench in this one, as well as Balik. Both of those guys started Friday.
Samad gets inside, misses. And Ravena. And that's Samad, 36 years of age. Still an amazing talent. And Jamshidi hands it off, and Hassanzadeh lays it up and in. So Hassanzadeh had that quick start. Then he kind of disappeared. We were scratching our heads. What happened to him? Why did he go out?
Yeah, he started off very aggressive in that one. You remember he had that pass to himself off the backboard, one of the plays of that game. Here he is contesting the 3.
And that's what I'm talking about. Blatch does as Blatch wants.
Again, he's been a premier talent for pretty much the last 15 years. His game's still very similar to how it was back at South Kent in high school.
There's Samad driving in. Hassanzadeh goes baseline and gets it to Big Hamed and dunks it with that left hand for the second time in this game.
Well, no defensive rotation that time from the Philippines. You notice nobody covering down as Blatch goes to help. And Haddadi wide open.
Aguilar goes right at Hamed.
Aguilar also quiet the other night, just 2 points. I mentioned Gabe Norwood scoreless. So when you have 2 starters combining for 2 points, not a great look.
Well, the pass was over Barroca, who's smaller than Yakchali, and it's called for a push.
Yeah, it's not every day that Yakchali has a 15-centimeter height advantage for this matchup.
Here it is again, and this time, wow, looked like Barroca did a pretty decent job.
He heard me call out his height.
Got a lot of ball.
Yeah, Barroca just 5'9", 1.76 m. You can see Iran making a point.
Oh no, he got him with some early. Body. He did get him with some body. Now, Josh, China won a game, their opening game against Cote d'Ivoire. Iran didn't win a game in the group phase. And then China won again against Korea, whereas Iran's only win, or they did get a win here in the classification round against Angola. So coming into tonight, Iran know they have to win. And the first thing that they'll do is they'll look at the standings and see where they are. China came into this game second in Group M. Iran came in third in Group N.
You saw there Blatch slapping the ball off the rim, which is legal in FIBA play. It's also been a point of contention over the last couple of days.
Blatch, pump fake, drives in. Wow. Crowd really appreciates Andre Blatch, don't they?
Well, he plays here in China, in Xiaojing. So they've seen him before. And what a positive start for Philippines to see Blatch get his couple baskets as Haddadi answers.
Hamed again, yes.
Did Hamed just say that was a travel?
I think Hamed said, I didn't do anything in the first half last night for whatever reason. And tonight it's going to be a different story. There's Norwood. I asked him before the dunk if he was going to dunk it. And he's like, I need to do something.
Yeah, pleasant sight for him to see the ball go through the net.
Sama, good. Wow,
leave
that was a hand
him
in the face.
Open. He has been on fire these last couple of games.
There's nothing worse for a team that's kind of getting a little momentum, hitting a three, than for the other team to go right down and strike back with a three.
Yes, Samad doesn't need much time on that release, shooting 50% from three in the tournament. Knocks down his first outside jumper.
Aguilar, well, that's the corner where the Philippines want to set up. 2 threes in a row from that right corner.
Already 3 on the night.
Yakchani has an answer.
Well, this is a very reminiscent of the game earlier today that saw a number of first quarter threes from both sides. And that's already 5 3-pointers here in the first 5 minutes combined.
Keeper Ravena, shot clock about to expire. He's got to launch it. He brings a little bit of rain. Wow!
It's a 3-point shootout.
4 consecutive trips, 2 each way, 3-pointers.
Anything you can do, I can do better. And the steal.
Now Ravena on the break. Alley-oop.
Oh. Tough pass.
No, that was going to be a crowd pleaser. Even Yao pointing to his head and saying, let's think about this. Let's get the points. Just don't make it too difficult. Offensive foul called, I think, on, is it Ravena or Blatch?
Yeah, Jamshidi using the off arm and made contact with Ravena's face. Oh.
Yeah, he just kind of swiped him, didn't he?
Well, I'm not sure if he made contact with the face, but it looked like it as you see the long distance bomb from Ravena.
High arcing. Looked like it dropped from the ceiling, as did that one. Norwood comes right out like a house on fire. And the Philippines have taken the lead.
What a good feeling for them. They haven't had the lead much. Did not lead at all in the game against Tunisia the other night.
Foul called.
And Norwood just hanging on to the body a little bit too much to his dismay. Yeah, Philippines were down for 39 minutes and 43 seconds of the 40 minutes the other night. So just to enjoy this lead for, even if it's just a little bit, can give them some confidence.
Samad sinks the first. And the second.
Samad tied for the second leading scorer on this team in the tournament, behind Haddadi, alongside Yakshali.
And Aguilar, he gets pinned, but Philippines maintain possession.
And going at Haddadi might not be the wisest choice.
Samad gets into the paint, passes it back outside. Ravena knocks it away. And Blatch looked like his pass went awry, but now team's turning it over. Yakchali, he knows Jamshidi's behind him. And he is going to get a potential three-point play.
So So tough break for the Philippines. They had the steal and numbers, weren't able to capitalize, and Iran coming back the other way off the behind the back feed. Jamshidi draws the contact and finishes. Foul on Barocca.
Yep. Paulie checks in. And Yao says Dalistan. It's Paul Dalistan, but he's known mostly as Paul Lee, number 3 for the Philippines. And Norwood brings it up the floor. Norwood's hit a couple of 3 balls tonight. That's Aguilar's hit 1 as well. Here's Blatch.
Not shy.
Dottie. Havana. That's foul number 5. So free throws coming for Benim Yakchali.
See there, Ravenna unable to get in front of the ball handler.
Yakchali drills his first.
Yakchali had a quiet game by his standards, just 5 points. Did have 4 rebounds and 4 assists on Friday against Angola.
Still only 24 years of age, Yakchali. So the Philippines called timeout. They want to talk about this. So.
Yeah, definitely can't do it on his own. Philippines obviously still looking to get their first win of this World Cup.
Mashiaki in the game for Iran, number 5, backup point guard. Sanzati back in as well, number 7. And Paul Lee has a nice introduction. How many times do you think you hear Paul Lee for 3 in the Philippines?
Yeah.
Samad launches it short. Yakchali came from the weak side. Foul was called.
I think they're checking whether the ball hit the rim since the shot clock reset.
Ah, sorry, yeah, you're right.
The last point on Gramapur, just 17 minutes of action, averaging 10 points and 7 rebounds. So it gets it done. It gets done quickly. Troy Rosario also in the game for the first time.
Rosario played well last night. Here's the shot as it winds down, didn't hit the rim.
Conversations between coach and veteran players.
And Blatch blocks Hassanzadeh. Got a foul call. 2 shots.
Good start though for Aguilar. Much more active and involved in this game. This
one is good from Hassanzadeh. Almassan there, so he's checked into the game. Raymond Almassan, 30 years of age. Second one is no good, and Blatch rebounds it and now brings the ball up the floor. Ramapur. Rivena. Almost on with the rebound, goes back up and draws the foul.
Yeah, we didn't see Amazon at all in the previous game, making an instant impact here. And the first free throws of the night for the Philippines. Ramapur not necessarily agreeing with the call, but Iran has done a good job lately of not fouling and not putting their opponents on the free throw line. Only 10 free throws for Angola on Friday. These are the first ones of the night for the Philippines. We see Jay Perez, AKA Jamar Perez, in the game for the first time.
Yep. Number 17 for the Philippines. The 2-point game, Iran in front. Ramapur. It's rejected by Blatch.
Running the floor as well. And all you can ask from Blatch is to be active, especially defensively. And then you saw him here with a block. Sprints down the floor, gets the ball back, and now heading to the free throw line. Here it is. Emphatic. Ramapur losing it on the way up, making it a little bit easier for Blatch to swat it away.
Blatch came in shooting 67% at the free throw line. So he's 33 years of age now. Makes the second. So he will take a seat, and June Mar Fajardo comes in. Final 30 seconds of the first quarter. Mashieki hands it off to Samad. About a 12-second differential on the game clock and shot clock. Yakshali, good for 3.
Yakshali, much more involved in the game so far than he was the other night. Leads the way now, double figures already, 11 points for Yakshali.
And the ball goes through Fajardo. And they've got to get it up quickly, and they do right before the buzzer. So the turnover again proves costly. Mashieki hands it off to Samad, and Iran push their lead back to 6. They're on top 30-24 at the end of the first quarter. Here's the drive from Perez. Good aggressive play by him.
Yeah, they need him to be aggressive. Comes in as a second leading scorer, 13.5 points per game. But the other night against Tunisia, only took 5 shots, finished the game with 6 points. And this is a guy who's capable of putting up 20 easily.
You might be, Iran fans, if you're watching this, you might be interested to know that China right now are winning against Nigeria, but it's early. Early in the second quarter. This is going to be a bit of a nervous ride the rest of the night, I think, for everybody.
So much on the line in these classification games.
For the Olympics, yeah.
And so much depending on how other teams do, which is completely out of your control. Iran has to win this one to stay alive.
Mojam Shidi Jafarabadi over to Yakshali. Shot clock down to 5. And the ball goes off of Jamar Perez. There'll be 1.8 seconds left on the shot clock.
A very dangerous cross-court pass. Fortunate to not be a live ball turnover. It could have been a breakaway the other way.
They throw it towards the rim, and Yakchali puts up a difficult shot. He got it off the back of the iron. Good effort. Now Perez, Almazan, and he travels.
Perez does have some quickness, though, able to get into the lane. A nice feed, which Almazan couldn't quite catch with two hands.
So Ron's biggest lead has been 6 in this game. So if they get a basket here, that will increase. Here's Jamshidi. It's good. And they do have their biggest lead of the game. See, it's nice. Mashayeki, Jamshidi, all on the floor right now, along with Gramapour, Mashayeki, and Rostampour also in the game. Michael Rostampour, number 20. And now a foul in the backcourt called on Blatch.
Yeah, those are the fouls you don't need so far away from the basket. And Blatch, of course, so valuable. Picking up a cheaper one there. See him reaching in. Usually you're not going to get that steal.
Gramapour, this time denied by Junmar Fajardo. And Junmar Fajardo goes up and lays it up and in.
Nice pass there by Blatch. And a big-to-big inside connection. It's not every day you see a man 6'11" pushing the fast break.
Well, reaching in there was Paul Dalistan, and looks like he injured his wrist. So that's not a good look. Here it is again. Ooh, just kind of got it hemmed in there between Rostampour and Yakchali.
Strong screen set by Rostampour. As Haddadi back in the game.
And Rostampour went right to work and scored on Fajardo.
So Haddadi now 8 points on 4-4 from the field.
Oh, nice pump fake. Rosario and Blatch with the offensive rebound and putback.
Oh, that's the little Perez there. Perez getting the inside position on Mashayeki. Oh, the
nice
block.
Block from Rosario, but then has it taken away, then he gets it back. Here comes Perez.
Ooh, that was nice.
Kind of wrong-footed him, didn't he?
Yeah, he froze the defense who thought he was going to give up the pass. Check it out again here. Combination of a hesitation / Euro step to the reverse. Using the rim to protect himself from the defender.
It's probably a good timeout taken by Ron.
So Philippines able to climb a little bit back into this one. One possession game. And you just want them to be competitive the entire 40 minutes, Jeff. Good help.
Ahmed passes out to Mashayeki. Jamshidi held up outside by Rosario. Jamshidi gets it to Yakchali. Mashayeki rains a three-pointer.
Mashayeki, who's usually in there for his activity on defense, able to knock down that three.
fouls it. Goes baseline.
A lot of oohs and ahs for every Blatch move.
Yakchali to the corner to Jamshidi, who passes it up. And a short jumper falls short, but goes to Rostempour, and then Yakchali gets another attempt. And Fajardo called for a push-off on Haddadi.
Well, we've seen that called consistently. Even though you might have the inside position on the box out, well, in this case he didn't. So he uses two hands to push off, and Haddadi, as we see Paul Lee with ice around that elbow.
So it's the elbow, not the wrist. Kind of hyperextended, maybe. Been there, done that. It's not pleasant. It's the type of injury that never goes away, really.
Especially on the shooting arm.
They just get it underneath the basket to Haddadi. I tell you, I mean, Gramapour's a nice talent who's relatively early in his career compared to Haddadi, but Haddadi is just completely ruling that low post, isn't he?
Yep, double figures now for Haddadi, second player for Iran.
Pollock misses.
Philippines have cooled off from behind the arc. Just 6 of 14 now, after being 5 of 6 at one point.
Samad. Well, gets it down low. There's Hamed Haddadi again. If Hamed Haddadi is that close to the basket, he's going to clean up any type of mess, isn't he?
Yeah, there isn't much you can do there. He gave that last basket to Samad. Let's see if Haddadi can get it back. Ooh, the crossover.
But Fajardo gets blocked by Haddadi, but fouled. And also, somebody hit the net and pulled on the rim.
Yeah, I have to see it here.
Watch this.
Perez finding Fajardo.
Oh, it was Fajardo who grabbed the net on the way down after the foul. What a pretty nice soft touch, doesn't he, Fajardo?
Yeah, the former PBA MVP.
Philippines Basketball Association. Jamshidi being hounded by Balak. Again, Haddadi gets it. And, well, you can foul him and stop him if you're big enough to do that. And they do. Better news for Iran as their direct rivals for that direct qualifying place for the Olympics, China, now trailing, albeit by just a couple points to Nigeria now. And good job by Blatch knocking it off the rim, but he didn't get the ball. Look at the hustle by Machieki. Look at the hustle by Jamshidi. And nevertheless, Jamshidi couldn't save it, so it goes back over to the Philippines. Pollock thought about it, but then he didn't challenge Haddadi. Now Aguilar into the corner. And then the floater, the Philippines miss, and here comes Jamshidi. It was Roger Pagoy who took that shot. And again, Haddadi gets it, and he doesn't make it, but he's fouled.
So a chance here for Haddadi to redeem himself at the foul line after going 1 for 2 in the last trip. He's also much more active. 13 points now for Haddadi, 5 rebounds. Productivity.
Ravena's going to come back in for Jamar Perez. Philippines did such a great job of getting it close again, but Iran have made the commitment to get it to this man right here. And he's pulled them back in front by 9. Makes 1 of 2. So Haddadi tonight. Bollock to Blatch now, who goes up against Rostenpour and loses it out of bounds.
So Blatch will be matching up with Haddadi. Two having a very candid conversation off screen.
Little mazy run into the lane. Now here he is again. He goes down. And then not able to make the pass. And Bollock passes it to Pagoy. And Iran hustle back and deny it. Good job by Jamshidi. So I think he got a block. And now there it is, Haddadi again. And this time they do stop. However, they don't get the rebound.
There's some up and down action here these last couple possessions. And now free throws. Ravenna again, seen that a couple times where just not quite able to move the feet. It's called for a foul. Here you'll see Mashayeki losing his footing.
You thought he was going to be able to pass it there, but Ravenna did a good job. But then Pagoy, ooh,
yeah, I think
did that go off the backboard first?
You know, goaltending is a judgment call. It looked like the ball altered course.
Well, they got some moisture on the course, so they're going to mop that up.
Two shots.
So Jamshidi on target with the first. Jamshidi, 28 years of age now. 1.99 meters in height. That's 6 feet 6 inches for people in your part of the world. Josh?
He's got 7 points now. Him and Yakshali playing much better here tonight.
Aguilar, he's hit a 3 already, but
just 9 points here in the second quarter for the Philippines.
no Jamshidi. Jafar Abadi gets it to Yakshali. Back to Samad, pulls up wide open. And the ball falls to Rostenpour. Bollock holds it up. Gets it to Aguilar. Gets blocked by Haddadi.
Yeah, you need more space than that to get a shot off over Haddadi.
Oh, and Jamshidi tripped up by Ravenna. They could look at that if they wanted. I don't know if they're going to follow Haddadi's lead and do that. Haddadi was wanting an unsportsmanlike.
The referees are indeed going to have a look at it. So
to see if he stuck his foot out.
We have review for potential C4 criteria and necessary contact on the first break. Okay, playing at the normal speed, Stop. Can we pause it at the point of contact, please? So just go ahead. Pause it there. Okay. Now let's go to our overhead camera, our main camera angle. No, our main one. I want to go to the side. Because you said C4, clear path. We have a defender in front.
C3.
C3? Okay, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Okay. Let's go baseline angle now. Or yeah, there we go. Okay, now run at full speed.
Yeah, go normal block.
You have normal?
Yeah.
All right, I agree. Yeah, stick with the same thing. We're going to shoot 2 in penalties, 13 shoots.
13 fouls.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. You got it, Nico. Yeah.
So no trip per se, just a block. Just kind of slid into him.
Yeah, I mean, Ravenna knew what he was doing. You know, he was trying to prevent the fast break. But I don't think he was trying to hurt him either. So it's the right call. I love the way the referees communicate with each other.
Yeah. C24, C23, hut, hut. That's what it's like. And second one is good by Jamshidi. And more Iran looking like they are in command here. 47-33, 2:20 to go in the first half.
Oh. Yeah, Rastanpour bowling his way over the screen. Take a look here.
Aguilar took one for the team there.
It's a look of confusion, disbelief, joy.
That was a look of bemusement.
Such a quick start. Blatch has been quiet since. Philippines have gone cold.
Samad, pump fake. Pump fake, such a great move, isn't it?
Again, it's simple, but using the defense's aggressiveness against them. And here, yep.
How much do you coach your kids?
Well,
the pump fake.
It's on the catch. You can do it off the dribble. You don't need to get too fancy with your moves to get the defense off balance. Again, basic fundamentals. Triple threat, on the catch, pump fake before you put the ball down. Get into the lane, pump fake, draw, and then you go into the contact.
Because everybody wants to block you, don't they? They want to swat. They don't have the patience.
They want the Salamejri effect. 8 blocks last game.
But the reality is you got to stay on your feet.
No one even pump faked against him. If someone's got 5 or 6 blocks in the game, you need to make adjustments.
Exactly. Samad takes it up to a 15-point lead.
Already 19 free throw attempts as well for the Iranians in this first half.
Norwood, Haddadi beats Rosario to the ball, just taller.
7 rebounds now for Haddadi to go to 14 points.
Launching it, and Bollock with the rebound. Now to Blatch. Good pass to the corner. Ravenna, and misses it badly. Now quickly to Rastanpour, who lays, I was going to say just lays it up, but he lays it up and misses.
There comes the big man in the point guard's body.
So Blatch goes back to the line.
Almost went coast to coast, putting the pressure on Haddadi. try to keep up with them.
So Blatch is at the free throw line.
It's 1 and 2 so far on the night.
Not quite on top of his game so far. He's got 6 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist, a steal, and a block.
He would have a lot more assists, though. He's created some great shots for his teammates who haven't been able to knock him down since those first few minutes.
Good job by Blatch pressuring Haddadi.
They'll probably can hold it for one shot.
Haddadi comes out to Blatch. It's kind of like they're in the backyard now. Blatch says, "See if you can stop this." And he does. And he gets it to Jamshidi in time. Back to Samad. Jamshidi pulls up. And that's how it goes. They had a chance right at the end. I think Iran will settle for a 48-34 lead over the Philippines at halftime. Hassanzadeh in that lineup, number 7 here at the start of the second half. He catches the pass and he goes up and draws the foul from Aguilar. Philippines know they need to come out strong here in the second half.
Well, I love that play drawn up by Coach Shahitab to get Hassanzadeh open in the paint. And once again, the pump fake, getting these Filipino defenders off the ground, and then Blatch coming in with the push for good measure to make sure that he didn't complete the and one.
Hassanzadeh sinks the first one. We were kind of found it interesting that they have a Hossein Zadeh as well and a Hassan Zadeh. They've got Hamed Hossein Zadeh, number 6. And this is Mohammed Hassan Zadeh, and this is the second.
Yeah, Hassanzadeh hasn't had a chance to get into the game yet.
Baroka gets into the paint, passes back to Aguilar, and now Blatch.
Yeah, smart play by Blatch. Saw that Hassanzadeh had his arms out. Did a little sweep through.
You know, Josh, one of the challenges for these national team programs is to bring in fresh blood while remaining as competitive as possible. Putting your best team out there, basically, relying on the veterans. So it's fascinating listening to Wolf Voigt talking in the Angola press conference after. There's the long jump shot, the 3 from Andre Blatch.
Yeah, you make a great point there. There's always going to be kind of transitioning from the old guard to the new. Sometimes you can't just hang the new guys out to dry, as you see.
So you got Mashieki Hassanzadeh, you got Chali, Haddadi, and Jamshidi on the court right now for Iran. I think they've got a good balance in that national team program, and there's the elder statesman, Hamed, hitting the 3.
Well, he went from never really shooting the 3. I think that's his 4th make of the World Cup now. Of course, had 2 in that very close game against Puerto Rico.
Blatch doesn't have quite the finishing touch tonight that he had last night. Jamshidi open, good, the 3-pointer.
These teams love the beginning of the first and third quarters, clearly, as the 3-pointers falling, and it's another quick start for Iran after going cold in the second quarter. 7 points here in the first couple minutes. Blatch, the only player in the Philippines with double-digit scoring.
Blatch misses, and here comes Yakchali. Into the corner.
Oh,
And nobody boxed out Mashayeki. And incredibly, Haddadi failed to score. Look at the hustle from Baroka, and almost got it back for Philippines.
You mentioned nobody putting a body on Mashayeki, so he couldn't get the putback to fall. So Aguilar, the early rest in the third.
Chali dribbles back to his left, puts it up from deep.
Oh, Iran filling it from outside the arc. That's 7 3-pointers on the night, 7 of 10. Lethal shooting. Iran
blowing it wide open. 21 points to lead. Norwood puts up a 3 and fouled by Jamshidi, so he will have. Or is it on the offside?
Yeah, I think they called it on the rebounding, even though it could have been called on the Norwood shot.
It looked like he got
down.
hit.
So it's Hasanzadeh battling for rebounding position down low there with Aguilar. Sorry, with Fajardo.
Hasanzadeh with the rebound, so a trip that proved fruitless. And Shitty doesn't have too much arc on that jumper, does he?
Bit of a line drive, and here's Blatch again with the rebound and push, and Hasanzadeh
trying to take one for the team.
Fourth foul. So he'll come out again, reaching in, and you see the contact. His face meeting Blatch's shoulder.
Well, he stays in the game, but Rostampur.
There's your
No,
boy.
he goes out, actually. Hasanzadeh and Yakchali goes out. Yeah.
No Safari then.
Rasul, Safari, and Rostampur in.
Oh,
Nice pass. Chalk up the assist to big Andre Blatch.
well, he spun and saw Haddadi there, and then faked the pass initially. Had Haddadi spinning in circles.
Put him in a spin cycle.
Indeed.
Mashayeki into Hamid.
Tough shot.
Oh, boy. That's when you know you're good.
So that's the Dirk Nowitzki, the one-legged fadeaway.
That's the unstoppable one. Patrick Ewing used to do that as well, I think.
Oh, that's a foul. So a couple nice plays these last few possessions from both sides. And you see the foul on Haddadi reaching in. And not much argument from him. Here's the spin and half spin one-legged fadeaway. Oh, Blatch just runs over Mosafari.
Well, the dump and the basket is good. Jamshidi could not prevent the basket from the Philippines that time. He was in position. Here's Rasul. It's a long way back right now. 19 points for the Philippines. They've got to be able to get stops at this end of the floor. And there's Norwood battling with Jamshidi.
Yeah, Jamshidi's smart play there. As you see, Blatch picking up a couple of assists so far in the third quarter.
Why do you think it is that Rasul doesn't come in until the second half? Look at Ravena.
Well, he does play with so much energy and intensity. I'm not sure you can sustain it for a full 40 minutes. There he is, active, and then has to throw it away.
Norwood alertly catches it in front of an opportunistic Mashayeki. Now Fajardo going up against Gramapur. Little under move.
Solid defense. Big man running the floor as well.
Offensive foul called on Gramapur.
We'll have a look here. Gramapur.
Yeah, he kind of threw his shoulder into him.
Good job by Fajardo to draw the foul.
Blatch to Fajardo, can't catch it.
And you see Blatch again. Keep trusting his teammates, so you got to respect that about him. Puts them in positions to succeed. That time unable to complete the play. And that turnover goes to Blatch as well. So yeah, 3-second violation.
Well, you get the feeling with Gramapur that he's still kind of like feeling his way into this team. And Hamed was getting ready to come back in.
Yeah, Haddadi wants to kind of share that wisdom with them. Gramapur mentioned that in the press conference. That time posting up for just 8 seconds too long. And that's Mosafari right there. That's what he brings. The pressure.
Non-stop energy. Here's Gramapur. And lays it up and in. Much better that time from the Lancastrian Iranian. Excuse me, in Lancashire.
There's Perez. Another turnover again caused by Mosafari.
And Rasul lays it up and in. Remember, Iran want the point difference to grow as much as possible. So that's good news for Iran. Bad news for China, obviously. Bad news for Tunisia, who need Nigeria to lose. All those teams going for the direct qualifying spot for the Olympics from their respective zones. Blatch meets a little bit of resistance, is able to get it to go in. Yao wanting also a foul to be called.
Blatch seemed to get a stunner on the shoulder there. A lot of contact.
Yeah, he definitely collided with about 3 Iranian big bodies.
Stays in the game though. Have a look.
So Rostampour there. It was Gramapur that he ran into, in fact.
Again, the behind the back dribble to get away from the defender. And it's not a foul. Gramapur was set.
Gramapur and not able to keep Fajardo away. Fajardo has it. Good job by Junmar Fajardo.
Tell you what, I like Perez's on-ball defense.
I think he's good.
Yeah,
good man-to-man.
He's active. Hasn't put that many points on the board here tonight. Just 5. That time called for the foul.
Ball went off of Blatch.
Hold on. Everyone get your spot and stay. Clean it up.
Referee Matthew Lee Callio always willing to talk to the players about calming down as Garanpur fumbled the initial catch.
Samad gives it back to Garanpur, and he will go to the line for a three-point play.
Look what it means to the bench.
They like seeing the reserves pass it around. Look at this.
That's what we call it give and go.
Well, I think they see a lot of value in getting Garanpur into this national team setup. And he does indeed have a three-point play. So 22 points the lead.
Garanpur got his career started with the Manchester Magic, legendary program in England.
Fajardo the offensive rebound, and Garanpur gets the rebound. Quick pass to Rostampour. Back to Rasul. Mashieki's pass back to Rasul.
Oh!
And Mashieki gets it back. Who did we see do that move? And it was in the previous game, wasn't it? And the ball goes out.
So good hustle there from Iran, but it still leads to a turnover, a little bit of overpassing. And Mostafari with a beautiful Euro step move, just couldn't finish it.
Rasul Mostafari.
And offensive foul. So they called the Troy Rosario for the elbow. Samad wants them to review it.
Oh, just pushing off there.
It's not too violent.
No, they were kind of tangled up before that, though. Could have been the continuation of that. Garanpur. Oh, wow, he was able to finish.
Yeah, he's shown an ability with both hands around the basket.
He does have soft hands, Garanpur. I'll give him that.
Here's Blatch looking for the trap.
Perez. Boy, what a razzle-dazzle move that was.
And they need him to be aggressive. Obviously, this one's starting to slip away just a little bit.
Oh, Mashieki. Poetic.
And that's where Blatch, you know, he's in the lane. He's pretty much their only rim protector. Doesn't even go to contest, just kind of puts his left hand on Mashieki. Have another look here. So he just pushes him out of the way. And Mashieki with a great concentration, able to finish that off the glass.
Blatch determined to go all the way, and Perez looked like the contact took him out of bounds, but the call is that he is out of bounds. Here's Blatch again. Look at this. What a physical Rostampour, isn't it? No, good call by the ref. I mean, he just could not control his momentum, could he? Samad. Mashieki follows up his miss, gets it back. And Iran just kind of putting on a clinic right now.
And there's a good chance Philippines will end the tournament with the lowest point differential.
Well, they were definitely on the wrong end of some bad results, or big results. Lost to Italy 108-62. Lost to Serbia 126-67. They quite possibly had the toughest start at the World Cup having to play those two teams.
Yeah, Japan, well, actually Jordan at -132 going into this one had the worst. Philippine -127. It's not exactly the type of association you're looking for.
Mozafari. Bringing that constant energy. Of course, you know, the advantage to bringing him in the second half, having not played in the first, is that you've got a guy that's going at 100 miles per hour that the other team has to cope with on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, he's definitely a pest defensively, and we saw the other night, I think it was Conceição picking up a unsportsmanlike foul, just trying to get him off of him to get the ball inbounded, and that's what he's there for.
And Garamapur goes up. Well, they had him surrounded, but a foul was called. Oh yeah, he got hacked. Good spot again by the Canadian referee. That was Roger Pagoy with the foul.
So Garamapur, I believe still a free agent at the moment. Did get injured towards the end of last season, missed about 5 or 6 months of action. Has looked fresh in these games, though, of the World Cup.
The way things are going, I mean, it certainly seems like he's got a shot to play for this team at the Olympics in Tokyo if they make it. And now it looks good for Iran. With 34.9 seconds remaining in the third quarter, it's has that feel of Philippines have already had their last drink at the Last Chance Saloon, and now they're at the on the road of no return or something like that. 75-48.
You see that Rastampur has to wait until the ball hits the rim to crash the glass for the free throw line if you're behind the three-point line. So since he was lined up behind the three, he went a little bit too early. That's a violation.
Perez to the corner. Nice soft jump shot from Pagoy. He's a player, when he gets it going, Pagoy played a lot of games for this Philippines team. Masieki took on Platch and did not live to tell the tale, but Philippines did not have enough time to get off a shot there at the end of the third quarter. So 10 minutes to go, and Iran up 75-50 on the Philippines.
Shadi with 14 points, Jamshidi with 12, and Samad with 10. The other three players in double figures.
Pagoy. Pollock. And look at that. Mosafari asking for him to look at it on the video, but they're not allowed until it's the last couple of minutes.
We can, though, so Mosafari gets his hand on the ball there.
Ah, yes, it did go off of Rosario. but unfortunately they could not go to the video.
Oh, big rebound.
Nice play by Pagoy.
Hurt his ankle just a little bit.
He plays bigger than his size, I think.
Well, I mean, off of that rebound, does not look like a 6-footer, -82. Skied. Snatched that one out of the air.
Yeah, he's got some hops. Rostampor. Well, they've got everybody throwing in the threes tonight.
Yeah, Rostampor only came in averaging 4 points per game, but looked confident shooting that three. His first points of the night. So no call there. It's one of those where we could have called a foul, and we know it did technically go off you, off the defender, but you know, good aggression from the Philippines in this fourth quarter as Fajardo misses the bunny.
That's one that he's either got to dunk or make as a layup. Those are the only two options allowed. Once the ball misses.
That was a heat check.
Fajardo playing a lot of minutes here. Oh, good attempt by Pagoy. Here he is again, taking on a much bigger front line there. Mashieki goes out now. Yakchali comes back in.
Mashieki with 5 rebounds. Not bad performance by him, including 4 offensive rebounds, and that's pure hustle. Of course, Mashieki stands only 6 feet tall, -83.
Pass inside, and Rosario has his attempt goal interference, so that'll count.
Yeah, I'm not sure he even touched the ball or the rim.
Rostampor.
3 threes. This fourth quarter for Rostampor.
Blatch rested, front and back of the rim, stays out. Beautiful finish and the push. Samad just keeps playing hard. That's how I'm going to remember him at this World Cup. I mean, he only knows one way to play, doesn't he?
Well, he attacks Blatch off the dribble. He knows that Blatch isn't going to elevate. And once again, we've seen that foul earlier on Mashieki.
He's a baller, isn't he?
Yeah, Blatch just pushing in the lower back. Somewhat dangerous play. 4 fouls now on Blatch. And 13 points for Samad.
Look at that. Mozafari read the pass and lays it up old school. Forcing another timeout by Coach Yao of the Philippines. Iran in control. 7:20 remaining.
So they're getting the easy ones.
Norwood back in for the Philippines. Bollock takes a 3, nice shot. Under pressure as well there. Had Samad right in his face, flying at him.
Ball just has a bit of a wet spot. You see the good ball movement from the Philippines leading to the open 3. And it's another assist for Blatch, number 4 on the night.
Garamopour trying his luck against Blatch. Well, that was good. Blatch didn't jump up to block it. But nevertheless, it was shooting over that kind of player is never easy. Pagoy, he's been the most impressive player in the second half.
Shahin Top wants a timeout to talk about the defense, especially on a made basket. Pagoy able to get wide open. Now Philippines in a zone, likely to protect Blatch from fouling out.
Wow, what a bounce pass and what a finish by Garamopour.
Yeah, strong two-handed flush. And that's why you guess the Philippines don't play that much zone defense.
Pollock went straight down the lane himself.
Yeah, and I love that about the Iranian coach, up 25. But if you have some defensive lapses, he's still going to keep coaching to the final buzzer.
Samad. And Samad earns another trip to the line. Well,
a little bit of contact on the elbow. Garamopour a little. Is it agony or ecstasy?
I would say that's ecstasy, and the agony is being felt by China and their fans right now because they're trailing by 12 points now with 2 minutes and 57 seconds to go. They just had an awful minute and a half where they went from being down by 3 to trailing by 12. Their qualification hopes for the Olympics now are in serious jeopardy, the Chinese, but looks like they will probably go to the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament. But for Iran, it's going to be a huge celebration. I'm guessing word will filter down to them before the end of this game, and we're going to see some big-time celebrations.
Yeah, and Iran, after coming into the classification round
without a win.
Yeah, exactly. You can only imagine how things have gone. So they called a technical foul on Blatch, and of course, a technical foul.
Now they just called another, so he has to leave the game. So 2 technical fouls.
And of course, Andre Blatch, this is the kind of stuff that we've seen over the years. It's unfortunate. Obviously had a great tournament from a productivity standpoint. Not the way you want to go out, but
Gabe Norwood did a good job there, just kind of shepherding him off the court, just to make sure that nothing else happened.
Just to remind the viewers, a technical foul counts as a personal foul since he was on 4.
Right.
It was automatically his 5th. And he figured, I have nothing to lose, I might as well just keep talking.
Oh, so he didn't receive a double technical?
He might have, but he was already disqualified. So he wanted the N1, or he missed the layup, wanted the foul called, and then the technical foul became his 5th personal.
So Samad makes the free throw. I mean, with Blatch, actually it's described as a coach disqualifying foul. That's how it's written up. I don't understand that.
Well, I guess because if you've already been disqualified, you can't get another technical foul, therefore they had to give it to the bench.
Okay. But it says coach as opposed to
bench, yeah. I mean, Yao.
What if they did make one of the coaches leave? That would be not good.
Well, they also have 4 players on the court, so it was going to be Aguilar. Now it's Fajardo coming in. So tough run for the Philippines this last week or so on day 9 of the World Cup.
Well, it's been a tough World Cup, you know, and they've got a lot of thinking to do about how they're going to move forward to get ready for 4 years when they will be one of the hosts, one of the 3 hosts for the World Cup. Pollock pulls up.
I think they are the primary hosts where they'll be the final
round
in Manila. sure I'll see you there. Hopefully.
Well, hopefully. Mashieki drives in. Good rebound by Rosario with 4.5 minutes remaining. Bollock, nice job hesitating and getting inside. He's got some nice shifty moves where he gets inside.
Also a phenomenal mustache.
It is. I was wondering when you were going to notice that.
Took me a couple days. Can't quite believe it. It also fails in comparison compared to the beards
of Iran. Including with Yakchali now.
Iran just to kind of use up some clock.
Gramapur knocked out of his hands.
You see that Gramapur
just saying throw it to the rim as opposed to the bounce pass.
Good hands there from Fajardo, forcing the shot clock violation. So Haddadi does come back in under 4 minutes to go, up 27. Guess he just wants a double-double.
Here's Perez again. Stopped on a dime and just grazed the outside of the net. It was online, but it was short. Thought he wants those point totals to go up. Nope, he throws it away into the hands of Norwood. Perez drives in, and Haddadi commits the foul.
Yep, caught him on the right arm.
Well, I guess the game that we saw in Beijing, the one that the most memorable so far, obviously, was the overtime classic between China and Poland. Classification games, though, have been surprisingly eventful and interesting, just with everything at stake, and also to see some good Tunisia team, a good Iran team, and obviously we've seen some good moments from the Philippines. Saw some really good stuff from Angola today.
Yeah, Tunisia, I mean, they're extremely impressive, especially on offense. The way they move the ball, shoot the ball is Jamshidi
Jafarabadi.
Just his first field goal of the second half.
Nice tap in by Fajardo.
Perez almost had the right spin on that reverse layup. Steal here.
Perez quickly, and the blocking foul, Mashieki. 2 minutes remaining.
But if you're Iran, you have to just be happy with what's happened in Beijing here. You mentioned some tough losses over in the group stage, but it's been all gold since they got to to Beijing. 2 victories in relatively convincing fashion.
Yep. So Iran and Nigeria are qualifying for the Olympics, just putting the finishing touches on those wins. The teams that miss out, obviously, Tunisia suffering heartbreak tonight, and China. Tunisia did what they needed to do. They won yesterday and today, but it wasn't enough.
So in the OQTs, the Olympic qualifying tournament, will they play against other African teams? Will they play against global teams?
They'll play global teams.
So yeah, Tunisia, if they can play the way they did these last couple of days.
Yeah, you'll have 4 Olympic qualifying tournaments of 6 teams each, and they will be competitive. I mean, they will not be.
Because you think about
only the winners will go.
Right. You think about the teams who weren't at this World Cup, the Croatias, Slovenias, Latvias. Will they have a chance? Ooh.
Well, the long one. So final minute, 18 seconds going off the clock.
All the starters back in for Iran.
Chali putting up a 3. Remember, Andre Blatch already fouled out and has gone to the changing room. Hamed. One last moment for him. As so is often the case as you look at the replay, you know, for the host nation at a World Cup, it's not good. You know, just 5 years ago, Spain lost in the quarterfinals.
So I think word has reached Iran that China lost the game against Nigeria.
Yeah, that's the word being passed to Shahintab. I'm guessing. No, they didn't seem too excited. Anyway,
couple shouts.
Bollock. Wow, another one. They've hit a couple over there.
Yeah, Bollock, one of the few bright spots here for the Philippines. 13 points on the night now.
Shahintab was taking Hassan Zadi to task over that 3-pointer made by Bollock.
Coaches never stop coaching.
You tell your players to play every possession. Here's Perez.
Oh, split.
There he goes again. Whoa, what a play by Bollock.
And a timeout called by Shahintab.
Iran will also climb into second, is that right?
Yep, second in Group N. And
that's it, folks. Well, the party's on for Iran. Look at this. They didn't get to the podium, but they're celebrating because they know the win has gotten them to the Tokyo Olympics. The party's on. The first time Iran have made it back to an Olympic Games since 2008. And I dare say we'll still see Hamed Haddadi and Samad Bahrami back at the Olympics. They win it 95-75 over the Philippines.